One day, I was playing Warioware Move It on my Nintendo Switch until I got kicked off. The update software pop-up appeared. I pressed download and it took 25 minutes for some reason. When it got to 72%, a red version of the pop-up appeared saying no more games for a split second. It disappeared and the pop-up turned dark red and gunmetal. When the update finished, I pressed on the game and the menu was dark and the music was reversed. I knew something was off, so I pressed play and it restarted all my progress. I got so mad I raged and I had to get back all my progress. I started with Wario and he was being chased by an unknown figure. The game wouldn't do anything, so I lost and Wario was dragged away with a chain on his foot. In Mona's stage, Lulu was missing. This time it let me play and every time I lost, Mona would turn purple a little bit. When I completed the stage, instead of Lulu being attacked by a fish, it was Wario chained to the ocean floor by a boulder. A version of Lulu with no eyes appeared and said, "You're next, Mona." Mona was terrified. She tried swimming away but Lulu got to her and took her away. Dr. Krieger, Mike, and Penny's stage was next. Instead of cave drawings, they saw Mona's dead body, nailed to a cross. Lulu appeared and sent them back to the 1720s, they were burnt at the stake. During the gameplay, I could hear the faint sound of Lulu laughing demonically. Every time I completed a microgame or lost a life, the fire got bigger. At the boss stage, they started burning. The boss stage was a razor blade instead of an apple. It would make cuts every time it hit the intestine walls, making the walls bleed. When it was out, Snow White screamed in pain. The trio was Sean burned to death and the laughing stopped. I went to Ashley's stage and instead of Red shrinking, it was him getting mutated. He started chasing Ashley. It was the same as Dr. Krieger's stage except there was no laughing and Ashley was being chased by a mutant Red. When Red got to Ashley, he sucked Ashley's blood out. Lulu was riding him the entire time. I went to Orbulong's stage and it was him getting dissected by Lulu. Every 2 microgames I completed, Lulu said what part she would dissect. At the boss stage, there were bear traps everywhere and it was impossible to do. When I lost, Lulu took out Orbulong's organs and he died. In the remix, it was only Lulu. She was smiling creepily. She had no eyes and blood was coming out of her eye sockets. She looked like that from the beginning. In the boss stage, it was Lulu talking to Wario's dead body. She could breathe underwater somehow. Lulu said, "Is this what you want, to make everyone make games for your own good? Everyone will die, there will be no employees left, Wario. You fat, greedy motherfucker." It cuts to the map on the second part. I tried to close out of the game but I got jump scared by Lulu every time. I gave up and did Cat and Dana's stage. It looked normal until the plants had barbed wire tails and it cut the duo. At the boss stage, they couldn't even get up. Leo and Lulu worked together to kill Cat and Dana. All they could do was moan in pain. I went to Cricket's stage and the penguins were eaten by Lulu every time a microgame was completed. The boss stage was where Cricket had to fight Lulu, but it made me switch to Lulu and I couldn't play as Cricket for 1 second. I tried to refuse but the game automatically controlled Lulu to kill Cricket. I went to Jimmy T's stage and he got slowly eaten by the shark. Lulu appeared and said the shark was trained specifically to eat Jimmy T. Jimmy T was cooked. Dribble and Spitz were next and they ended up in a dark swamp. They were hanged by Lulu. 9V was up and there were Lulu dolls and Lulu music boxes everywhere. Every time a microgame was complete, a Lulu music box was set off by Lulu herself. When I lost, Lulu appeared and said, "You're going to be my puppet 9V. It cut to 9V connected to a cross brace and he had a puppet-like mouth. Lulu appeared and started playing with him. She broke every part in 9V and he died. Lulu had no mercy to show. For the second remix, there was no one on the bus. I finally got to the final stage and it was a silhouette of everyone's dead bodies and Lulu floating in midair, a silhouette too. She had a creepy smile and scary screaming and screeching was heard. The background was dark red. This went on for 5 minutes and Lulu said, "Is this what you want, Wario? To make everyone suffer? Everyone's in a better place now except for you." It cut to Wario burning in hell for 10 minutes with more screaming. The game ended. I grabbed Warioware, moved it out of the Switch and smashed it. I threw the pieces in the trash and had nightmares.